Want to learn how to use your mini cereal box Canva template with our slim party dies? Then keep on watching. Here are the supplies you'll need for this tutorial. They're also linked in the description. Hey y'all, Victoria Cherie here with Pretty Party and Crafty, and today we're going to jump right into how to use our mini cereal box template that's specifically for our slim party dies. Now, if you purchase the mini cereal box die from us, it will include templates to help you to design. So I'm going to go to the file that you'll receive. So you'll have 3 different files to choose from. First, if you're more familiar with Photoshop, which I am, you do have a Photoshop file. If you're working in another program, maybe Word Docs or Google Slides, you can use this PNG. But if you're working in Canva, you can use the PDF. And I'm going to show you how to use the PDF to work with our slim party die. So what we're going to do is top right where it says upload, we're going to click upload. And we're going to drag and drop our file in. So if you already have the folder open, all you're going to do is drag and drop it. Remember, we're going to select the PDF file, drag and drop. Okay, and once it's done, we're going to click it. So this is our mini cereal box template. So as you can see, let me X this out. So as you can see, we do have this stroke around. And if you notice, it doesn't look exactly how a cereal box does. That's because it includes bleeds and it's made to match our slim party die exactly. So when you print this, you know exactly where to place the die for it to cut properly. So we have the die cut, and also if you zoom in, you can lightly see the score marks. So when we do this, we don't want to print these score marks. So when it's time to print, we're going to select it and make sure we bring that transparency down to 0 so we don't print the score marks. But we want to be able to see it while we're designing. Okay, and when you're designing this, the very first thing you want to do is add a background. And your background design, just make sure you put it at the bottom layer so that you can see the die cut line. All right, so I'm just going to zoom out a little bit. And before I start designing, I want to make sure you understand what everything is. So we know that these are the top flaps. These are the bottom flaps. This flap right here is where you're going to adhere the box together. The first rectangle, this is a side. The second larger rectangle, this one, this is the front. This is a side, and this is going to be your back. Okay, so let's go ahead and start designing. So to start designing, I'm not going to go into complete detail, but I just want to make sure that you know how to add the background first. So let's go to elements. I actually already searched for this, so I'm looking for a girly background. All right. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Is that the one I want? You know what? Let me go to see all. Okay, I actually want this one. Okay, and these are cute as well. It reminds me of the LOL dolls. So those are cute ideas, especially for a cereal box if you're doing LOL style. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to enlarge this so it fills up the entire page. Bring it down. Okay, so with this, what I'm going to do, I need to send this to the back so I can still see my cut lines. So I'm just going to hit the 3 dots where it says layer. We're going to send it to the back. All right, so now we have our background design. And at this point right now, I'm just going to add some more graphics. So to start adding text, just type T on your keyboard. It'll bring it up. And then you can change the fonts, the colors. But if you want access to all of the fonts and all of the graphics, I highly recommend subscribing to Canva Pro. I'm even creating my own QR code, you guys. It's definitely worth it. They even have mazes, perfect for the back of your cereal boxes. In the description, I'll make sure to include a link to a free trial of Canva Pro. It is so worth it, you guys. Highly recommend, 10 out of 10. Now, you can search for cereal on here. Go to graphics. And if you want something like this, you could definitely add that. And then you could move it behind her. Okay, and also because it's going over to the edge, you do want to crop it. And then you can also go to layer. And let's go to show layers. Okay, because we want this to be behind the tint. I think that's, okay, there's another tint. Okay, want it to be behind that tint. Okay, so we could do that right there and then try to make it bigger. So that would be one option. So they do have cereal that you can grab from. Again, a lot of these, that would be a nice one if you were doing another type of cereal. So they do have cereal graphics within Canva. But I already have one that I just grabbed from Google and I uploaded it. So all you have to do is like search for Fruit Loops PNG and you'll be able to find something like this. Okay, so I am just going to resize it. And let me zoom in for a second. Because again, we want to make sure that we don't have graphics going over the score marks. So I'm going to drag that. I'm looking at the score marks and that's where I'm figuring out where to put it. And then I can slowly move that over. Same thing with the bottom. We can bring that up, make sure we don't pass the score marks. All right. And then same thing, we can right click, go to layer, show layers. And again, I want that behind that second tint. So at this point, I'm just fine tuning my images. Again, you can crop them so they don't go over the score marks. And then I'm going to add some extra stars just to fill it out a little bit more. Okay, so at this point, we are ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the score lines. We're going to change that transparency, bring it down to 0. Okay, before I download, I wanted to change the filter on that cereal to give it a more pastel look. Then I'm going to click share at the top right, select download. And once I click download, I'm going to change the file type to PDF print. I'm going to flatten my PDF and click download. Okay, we're going to click on the print icon, click more settings. I'm going to change the scale to default, and then I'm going to click print using system dialog. So this may look a little bit different for you, but make sure you click more settings and we're going to set our settings. So I have it on borderless retain size. That way I know that it's not getting any bigger or smaller. My paper source is going to be in the rear paper feeder. I'm going to change it to landscape. My document size is letter size. Paper type, make sure you select photo paper glossy. Then I'm clicking more options to set my colors. So under color correction, I'm going to click custom and advanced, click color controls, Adobe RGB, and my gamma is 1.8. Then I'm going to click OK for everything and hit print. Alright, so here's the glossy cardstock that I recommend. The first one is 96 pounds glossy cardstock. It's available at Pretty Party and Crafty. I'll have the link in the description. 96 pounds is really thick. You could also use the 61 pounds. It's not as thick as the 96, but it's still doable. And this is our mini cereal box slim party die. It works with the Sizzix Plus or any die cutting machine that has a 9-inch wide opening. So I printed 2 sheets so you can see a good print sheet and a bad sheet. And let's start with the bad one. This is printed to fit the page. As you can see, there's white within that silver border. that's a no-no. You should see all color. This is a good one. No white within that border. Perfect. Now let's sandwich everything together. I put the green first, but you want to put the gray first, then your green adapter. We're going to add the clear plate, and on top of that, we're going to place our printed cardstock and the metal die right on top. So I'm going to zoom in so you can see it a little bit better and rotate it. And make sure that you line that metal die up. The blade should be pointed down. It should be a clear surface on the top. Next, we're going to take our second clear plate and we're going to place it on top. And then we're going to flip over the two clear plates so that the design is facing down. Now for this next part, we're going to go regular speed because I want you to see how fast it goes and how loud it is. Snap, crackle, and pop. It's normal. Don't be scared. Now, the first time I did this and I heard that snap, crackle, and pop, I definitely thought I broke my machine. It is completely normal. Do not be afraid. That's how it cuts, or that's how it sounds when it cuts. So it's normal. So as you can see, it cut out beautifully. And also, not only did it cut, it scored the design. So at this point, all we have to do is fold and adhere it together. All right, so right now all I'm doing is assembling it. So you're just folding at the score lines, adhering tape to the tab, connecting it, and the same thing to the bottom. Add some tape, fold it, and that's it. You can use the small cereal boxes to fill it with. I just opened it up and pulled out the bag and put the bag inside. But yeah, that's it. So if you purchased our Slim Party dies, hopefully this tutorial was very helpful. If you haven't grabbed it, make sure you check it out. The link is in the description. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. I'll be glad to help. Yeah, so make sure you like, subscribe, and all that other good stuff. Later, y'all.